pretty much the highest point of the boat. Came to check out what it looks like, get a slightly better view.
Yo, where you at? Yeah, I'm already down here.
Let's get it going.
10 in the morning, and we are still in this absolutely beautiful day. Wind's still pumping, unfortunately, but we will be leaving somewhere today. We are making our way up to Split, and that's still about 70 miles, so about 7 hours of cruising, but we're sort of island hopping as we go along, as we need to only be there by Saturday or Sunday. If you are new to watching these videos, welcome. I am pretty much trying to film 30 consecutive days of what it's like being at sea and what it's like being on a yacht as crew. I think so far so good. We've got some pretty good footage. So if you're new here, consider subscribing if you're keen to see some epic content. Pretty much the highest point of the boat. Came to check out what it looks like. See, the thing about this job is it can be quite repetitive. You kind of got to make the effort to enjoy it, and that's why I keep getting this camera out and showing you guys what it's like. So we have a plan of action for the day. We're going to head up to this really cool little fjord looking place, a really narrow valley. And then we're going to get the tender out. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's the speedboat that's in the back of the boat. And take the guests up to a salt pan, which sounds pretty insane. It looks insane. I'm excited. There's something to do today that's going to be fun-filled. Okay, perfect. I'm ready up here. Okay, I need you to do one more thing. You're gonna pull up. When I say so, I'm just gonna spin it around. Okay. Okay, pull up. Out. Keep going. Stop. That's it.
Nice use of the GoPro, dude.
Thank you, Kerry. What the hell did we pick up? My scarf? Yeah. Mate, a pretty shell. Look at that. That's what we picked up in the anchor. We ain't leaving this in the ocean, that's for sure. Man, this is pretty, eh? It's alive though, so it's going back. Be free. Okay. Time to finally get the tender in the water. I've been looking forward to giving this bad boy another drive. Yeah, sure. And drop. This is a pretty bog standard routine on board Motor Yacht I. As soon as we arrive at an anchorage, we'll probably get the tender out, get the swim ladder in. Maybe not so much with the crowd that's currently on board, but definitely later in the summer, kids are always wanting to get the tender out and go swimming. Right, gonna see if I can talk you guys through this process quickly. Basically, the hydraulic lift rolls out and drops down to about half a meter under the water. We then pull out the tender with the use of a remote control. Eventually it gets to the point where we have to actually physically pull it out ourselves on the last bit. It's a fairly easy process. Tips under, goes down into the water, and then I will hop on and physically set up the tender for when we go out and cruise, get the aerial up, get the steering wheel on. We'll then bring the lift back up, tie the boat onto a long line, and we'll just sort of leave it and let it sit there. First time this tender's really run this summer, so I'm going to give it a run before the guests want to go on. Yeah. Captain's as excited as I am. It's tied up, man. The cock is closest I ever get to you, eh? So basically with the jet, remember you had that bucket. See that? That's a jet drive tender. There's no propeller on the back. If the bucket is up and the bucket is all the way down, the water is now pushing up against here, meaning that there's a reverse effect which makes the boat go backwards. So now I'm in a head, yeah, so the bucket will be up, yeah, so that it pushes it straight out. You hear the bucket engage, yeah, so that's now moved halfway down. So that half of the jet's blowing out, half of it's blowing into the bucket, causing it in theory to stay centered so that it doesn't actually move, but that never happens. And then bucket's now completely down so that the wash is blowing into the bucket, blowing us, so that we're driving back. Now, when you're wanting to, if I was going to go into a stern and I wanted my nose to go left, I point left, whichever way I point this way, so if I wanted to come left, I actually turn left while I'm going ahead.
Yeah, same as driving with the steering wheel.
In this case, it's like wherever you want the nose to go is where you point it. So for example, if the boat was right in front of us and I wanted Frank to get on, I'd come like this and then go into stern and we wouldn't be moving, and then go into the right and just kind of playing with the gears like this to get us to be right alongside the boat.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So we'll play a little bit on the back, feel what it's like. Successful tender mission with the guests. Saw some really cool places. I'm really happy we did that. I'm sorry I couldn't take the GoPro along when I was driving with them, but obviously I can't do that. I'm gonna pack this up, get out of here, and head over to where we're staying for the night. So just sort of pull it and let the chain fall, go like this, and then like this, and then like this, and like this, yeah? Like this and like this, yeah?
Like that, like that.
Cool.
Good to go, mate.
Okay, coming up. Coming to hide out here in the chain locker because all the guests are still asleep. This very video that you're seeing right now is actually the next day. When we pulled in last night, we had to sort of get the boat washed and prepped and ready as soon as possible, and then we were asked to join for dinner at the restaurant behind, so I couldn't really end the video off from today, or the video that you're currently watching. I couldn't end off, so I'm doing it this morning. I may have shown you a whole bunch of time lapses and epic video footage and stuff like that of the day today, but what you don't realize was it was actually a super difficult day. We'd had complaints from the guests that perhaps the cleanliness of the boat was not up to scratch, but you know, the truth is, and I really mean this, the boat was not dirty. There was no issues with the vessel. We've all been working our arse off. The boat was actually particularly clean. The thing is a few days ago, if you had watched the video, there were bugs from Dubrovnik, there was salt from crossing, and when you got a whole bunch of people that are sitting in one place getting bored, it makes it really difficult for us as crew, because They're not enjoying or getting off the boat and walking around, so everything around you is a problem, if that makes sense. This is not an attack on these particular guests. This is literally just what it's like when you work on boats. Nothing will ever be completely good enough, and even when it is good enough, you will not get a report saying how phenomenally you did. You will just get the criticism of how shit it looks today. So the boat's washed down, it's completely clean. We've already had feedback saying it looks fantastic. There was absolutely nothing on the crew. It was just a shit day yesterday with guests that were antsy because we'd been at anchor and they want to walk around a bit, and we've got crew that are all in a tight space, and it was just a really difficult day on board, and these days will come to everybody that works in yachting. So I'm going to end this video off right now because I'm about to launch the drone, and this will be the next video. Because where we are right now is absolutely stunning. All the crew are in high spirits, all the guests are in high spirits this morning after taking us out for dinner last night, so we're back to normal, it's all good, but these days will happen. Thanks so much for watching. Smash that subscribe button if you're keen to watch more of these. I feel like if you want an authentic experience in understanding what it's really like on board, I need to tell you when we have shit days and what the complaints are, and I think that's the only way you're going to be able to really benefit from me making these videos. Okay, I'm going to launch this drone.